Representation from Assam Rifle. Rifle woman Ruthi M. She will speak for the motion. Ruthi M. of Assam Rifle.
Equality, justice, and freedom for all is the 2023 Universal Declaration of Human Rights theme, which carries profound significance and encapsulates the core principles that the United Nations uphold in its principles to promote and protect human rights worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable educators, and members of the opposite team, I am Riflewoman Ruthi Vaiphei from Assam Rifles, and one with you all by motive to affirm the motion that human rights are independent of duties. Human rights are those rights which are inherent and intrinsic. No society, no government can deny anyone their human rights. It is derived by virtue of humanity or from the principal nature of law. They are not created by any legislation, but they are based on elementary human needs. It is the rights that we have simply because we exist as humans and not granted by any state. By ensuring the inherent nature of human rights, we ensure a just and equitable society that respects the very dignity of our individual. One must be well aware that human rights have evolved back in the 6th century BCE. An evidence of it is the Cyrus cylinder, where the people had every rights and no duties. It was all based on natural rights, which evolved as part of the medieval period or the natural law tradition. To my fellow opponents who are confusing human rights and fundamental rights, let me tell you this. Human rights are universal and intrinsic, internationally and globally protected and not bounded by any duties, while fundamental rights are country-specific, only constitutionally protected and bounded by the fundamental duties guaranteed by one's constitution and one's country. The independence of human rights fosters social justice by ensuring that each individual is treated with fairness and equality. To support my statement is the decision taken by the Supreme Court in 2014 when they recognized transgender as the third gender, so that they will be able to enjoy all the human rights like any other citizens without any discrimination. Another example is the action taken by the National Human Rights Commission in Kerala on 29 June 2007, where 5 HIV-positive school-going children were denied entry and sent back from school. It was only with the quick action and corrective measures taken by the NHRC that the said students were readmitted in the said school, where they were able to continue enjoying their human rights, especially their rights to education. Connecting rights to duties may perpetuate inequality and create barriers of justice. The separation of rights and duties ensures that individuals are subjected to arbitrary conditions and coercion. It also hampers the individual's autonomy as it may infringe the independence to uphold the freedom of individual. For example, the rights to freedom of religion is absolutely independent of duties. People have the right and freedom to follow their chosen faith without being required to perform certain duties in exchange for that right. Independence from duties gives a person the ability and priority to compete with other powerful considerations such as national stability, national and global prosperity too. In addition to these rights, the United Nations also has its International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. The former focuses on issues like right to life, freedom of speech, religion, and voting. On the other hand, the latter focuses on food, education, healthcare, and living. Both the covenants proclaims these rights for all the people and prohibits discrimination of any kind. In the Annual Human Rights Theme 2023, it says, consolidating and sustaining human rights culture into the future, which is a very important reminder of the role that education and a teachers plays in upholding and protecting human rights. Education, yes, education. Not only education, but quality education has, have, and will always be a crucial tool in building the human rights culture. For when a person is truly educated, they tend to hold onto their freedom of thoughts with a grip tighter than before. It is when an individual could think freely without any bounds to duties that things such as wisdom and global prosperity exist. For when quality education conquers, poverty is eliminated, thinkings become broader, and rights become even more independent. In conclusion, upholding the independence of human rights from duties is not just a moral principle. It is a legal imperative that resonates with the very essence of our shared humanity. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.